here we go.
I will massacre you! We're here to fuck shit up. Oh, good for you! I'll smack you in the mouth!
You are listening to the Injustice for All podcast. I'm Mike G.
And I'm Mac.
And this is our first podcast. We're going to try it out, see how it goes.
Try
it out. So, I don't know. How you want to start this off? You want to just go off of the...
Well, I guess we'll introduce ourselves first. You can go first. You tell them a little bit about yourself.
Just a regular guy. What a lot of the stuff that I actually wanted to do in this podcast was just talk about things that are going on in everyday life, and being that I have experienced, I'm specialized in the urban community and their habitat.
Wait, how are you exactly specialized in the urban community? For the listener's sake.
Property maintenance in, I'm going to use quote-unquote fingers here, affordable housing. So, and just figuring that shit out. And yeah, so just being around those type of people that... We live in a small town of Oakley and Brentwood where a lot of people are not used to this urban community moving into our area, and just seeing how in a small portion of it, how it's affecting the rest of society and how they're dealing with it. So
like you have a lot of experience with like culturally how what we'll call the urban community behave.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a great way of saying you're our residential or our resident black expert.
Yeah. Well, and then it doesn't have to be just black people. It's everybody. It's a type of culture. It's a type of culture that just is non-educated, is just non-educated. They just don't have any like real like morals or any background or anything that they're willing to stand up for. They just don't appreciate stuff.
Oh Jesus. Okay, we'll stop there.
Okay.
And we'll get back to we have plenty of episodes to go over. Mm-hmm. All right. And my name is Mac. Obviously my first name isn't Mac. It was a nickname I was given in the Army for my last name being a Mick. But I would call myself our residential SJW expert. And I've got the stripes to prove it. I've spent many a time in, I guess we'll call it social media jail. I've been banned on Facebook, Twitter, and everything else. In fact, funny thing is on Facebook, I am not even allowed to visit feminist pages at all anymore. And I mean all of them. I think they share a blacklist. So once I got banned from 2 or 3 or 5 of the main prominent ones, they shared it with other ones, and I guess I cannot get on a fucking feminist page anymore. And it's not because like I was in there, just ranting on bitches and shit or fucking flipping out on broads. It was like they would say something, autistic, and I would logically come at them like, well, that's not going to work because you're doing this, that, and the other, and they would just the fucking broad fangs would come right out and come at me. So, but they're not as good as talking shit as me, so then they report me because the word retard or fuck was in there, and then sure enough, fucking...
Which I think is, by far, that is one of the oddest things that I know, or one of the odder things that you do.
What?
Is just riling up people via Facebook Messenger or Twitter or whatever, and how much you get off on it.
It's just...
It makes me laugh because you're just like balls deep in it, just like, oh yeah, fucking get mad, oh, you getting angry? Like, strike me down, bitch.
It's not that I don't get off on pissing them off. It's just like, I don't know, I hear it's like that movie, fucking the comic Robert De Niro. I hear the awful things they say, and I try to, just bring them back into fucking reality, but they don't want to live in fucking reality.
No.
And anybody who shines light on their fucking retardation, as I call it, which is automatically labeled, like I might as well be Hitler. I might as well be wearing an arm sash like, who's rounding up all the Jews? It's an awful shit show that they live in. And somebody needs to tell them that they're wrong.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's me.
Yeah.
But, oh man, my Facebook Messenger inbox is very colorful. to say the least. Like, the death threats I've gotten from trans people and fucking...
You call me ma'am.
It is ma'am. Is that Canadian bacon? It is ham.
So what topics did you want to hit on the very first one here?
Well, since we're discussing our, your black expertise and my SJW expertise.
Not all, but just
Bay Area urban low-income housing trash.
Yes.
Fair enough. So, I guess we'll just talk about the turbulent times we live in. How everybody loves to be offended by everything from both the black community,
just
the
problematic.
white community.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I've noticed. Black people get upset by black slurs.
Mm-hmm.
Mexican people get upset by Hispanic slurs.
Yeah.
Asian people, Asian slurs. And white people, black slurs.
True, yeah. And what I think is funny is they're just words. They're literally just words. I am 5 foot nothing. Mm-hmm. And if you could call me midget, dwarf, small fry, scooter, you could call me anything you want. It doesn't bother me. But it's funny when someone comes along and gets so upset when they hear a word that doesn't. It's just a word. Move on. If I called you a chair, are you going to be upset? No. But because I say a special word, the magic word. Oh, and then all hell could break loose because of it, and then it has all these ramifications, and then everything, all this extra shit's tied to it. It's silly. It's just silly.
I agree, but my problem is the total lack of context everybody has today. Just if you say, like, Papa John's is a great example.
Okay.
Or the Netflix guy. It's like, well, Papa John's is a better one. What he did is he called his company, and they were talking about ads for Papa John's. And he said, like, well, we don't want to seem racist because back in the day in KFC commercials, they used to use the N-word. And instead of saying N-word, he said, the actual N-word. And he wasn't saying it at anybody or using it, to attack anybody. He was saying, we don't want to be like those people that use that word. So John from Papa John's ripped from his own company from that fucking phone call.
The Papa John?
John Bernanke or whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah.
He was always up here next to Peyton Manning's giant fucking forehead on the fucking Super Bowl.
Not to be confused with Cheston Bernanke.
Oh, Jesus. But, what's it called? But that's a great, no context taking.
Huh.
Just, he said the naughty word. He said the magic word.
That's another thing, too, that I don't like when you can say something 8 years ago, 10 years ago. I could have said a stupid-ass remark in my yearbook or dressed in blackface. But then if someone digs it out of the trenches, out of my grandma's shed, and goes, aha, look, at one point in time, he said this really, really crucial thing, everybody loses their minds. Who cares? It was past. It was gone. It doesn't matter anymore. Why dig that up? Or if you say something now, like you said, what Papa John's, he said that in confidence into somebody that he was working with?
Not even in confidence. It was during a conference call with other people. He was saying, I don't want to, because they were talking about, I think they were talking about reaching out to the urban community for pizza.
Which is real.
Yeah, that's a demographic you have to try to reach.
This is real shit.
But he was saying, we don't want to come off racist, and we don't want to be racist, like the OG KFC commercials.
Yeah.
Is what he was worried about. And, that's a total reasonable thing to say. And if the only thing is that he used a hard R.
Yeah.
And then people were like, he said the magic word. And unfortunately, instead of some fucking Harry Potter word, which makes shit float, that magic word magically takes your career away.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Which is a very fun
just
thing.
like my buddy, he works for Frito-Lay, right? And in different neighborhoods where different stores are located, they only provide certain types of chips. They know that in the lower income areas,
well, what sells in certain areas is what you're
and spicy stuff, and there's a particular type of chip, like the baked sun-dried potato chips that you would sell in Danville are not going to sell in East Oakland.
Are you telling me that black people don't like sun chips?
No, they don't like sun chips at all.
Get them out. Get this racist.
They're healthy.
Everybody
they don't
likes,
like them.
Everybody likes sun chips.
Yeah.
There's two types of people: people who like sun chips and people who haven't tried sun chips. That's pretty much it.
They're all right.
I didn't even know they're healthy. And then once everybody told me, I was like, yeah. And then, like, when they're not looking, I'll snag it.
And then they're not even that healthy. But they're not Takis. Like, Takis are hot.
Takis are trash.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's consuming them?
Trash.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah. Well, I guess one big thing that was signaled the turbulent times that we live in is definitely the Jussie Smollett case.
Juicy Smollett.
So juicy.
Yeah.
Oh, are you familiar with everything that's been going on with that?
I mean, for the most part. I mean, I know that he claimed that there was 2 white guys that attacked him in the Chicago nighttime at 2 a.m. They covered him. They poured bleach on him. They tied him up. They put a noose around his neck. They were wearing MAGA hats. And they were just like, oh, this is MAGA country and blah, blah, blah. So cartoony and so unbelievable. But yet thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, believed that actually happened. And then, it was on The View, it was on all the news things, and they're just like, I can't believe that we finally, yes, and like they're like almost saying as if they knew that it was this bad, and it's like, no, we have to figure out the rest of it. We have to just like, okay, so I'll stick with this.
Okay.
You have to know all the facts before you start pointing fingers or saying this is this and that is that. You can't take the first initial reaction and just go with it. Much like the Giants CEO.
With him pushing down his wife.
She fell over.
I saw that video. That was horse shit. She basically dove on the ground while he was like...
He was trying to get...
placing his hand over her head like a fucking witch doctor.
No, he was reaching for his phone, and she's slightly portly, and so is he. They're not in the best shape. And he reached over, trying to pull the phone away from her, and she falls over and screams bloody murder as if she, was falling into a ravine or has her leg caught in a bear trap. And then he just walked away from her because she was being hysterical. I don't have a problem with that. But I need to see the rest of the video to understand what's going on. I need to know the context of the story. I need to know why did he need to grab his phone away from her? Why was she being so hysterical? Why did he just let her lay on the ground and walk away from her? There's more
I got the answers for you.
What?
She's a fucking bitch. That's why. Okay.
Lesbian!
Lesbians!
Yeah.
Jesse Peterson, we love you. But, well, for outside of your really racist take on what happened to Jussie Smollett, he's a victim, by the way. And so what happened is at 2 a.m. on a Chicago polar vortex night, during that whole polar vortex, he arrives late at night from the airport, goes to his apartment or hotel, whatever it is in that downtown area, decides he's going to get some food from Subway, which is open 24 hours. Gets the sandwich and the salad, and then when he comes out, he's walking down the street, and somebody yells, Empire. And he says, I don't answer to Empire. And somebody yells, faggot, and then the N-word. And then he looks back, and he sees 2 white guys wearing ski masks.
Yeah.
And that one of them, or 2 of them, both of them, whatever, were wearing red hats, because you can't find fucking Make America Great MAGA hats in Chicago. It's not really Trump's demographic up there.
Yeah.
So he gets attacked. He sees between the eye holes that were cut on the ski mask that the man had white or pale skin. And that during that time they called him, the F word and the N word, and then they said like, this is MAGA country. And then after
they said UN word?
Squidward? That's all I heard. N-word, Squidward. But yeah, so they did that, and then they yelled, this is MAGA country, and the whole time he's on the phone with his manager.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't drop his phone, doesn't drop the fucking sandwich or whatever, and fucking... So then after the fight, he realizes there's a noose around his neck. It's not a noose. It's fucking laundry line in the shape of a loop, I guess. But, so that happens, blah, blah, blah. He comes out, tells the whole story, says he got jumped by 2 white supremacists yelling, this is MAGA country. The only mark on him is, like, some rouge on the side of his cheek. I mean... And then immediately everybody jumped on it, like you said, saying like, "Oh my God, this is such a racist time we're living in."
Yeah.
And like everybody else who has a brain is like, this doesn't sound right.
Right.
This sounds like when you let actors write their fucking own script. Everything's just way over the top.
I thought it was irresponsible of the media, but mostly irresponsible for our representatives, such as Kamala Harris
and Cory Booker,
to jump on the bandwagon. That lady, But just to jump on the bandwagon and just be like, oh, you know, justice needs to be served, and I'm 100% behind him, blah, 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 blah. And you didn't look into the rest of it. You are a representative. You're the leader of this area of our piece of dirt. And yet you're like, oh, yes, we need to do this, and he's 100% telling the truth. You don't know. But now, since you're at the head of the line, everyone else is listening to you and going, oh, yeah, she's a representative. She knows what she's talking about. So then everybody's confused. So then when someone like me or you comes up and says, well, that's fucking horseshit.
I didn't want to call it horseshit from the beginning, just because, like, you know, like, fucking, they're, you know, what's it called? I guess we'll call it the FBI or whoever reports this bullshit, says that there's about anywhere from 11 to 15,000 actual real white supremacists out there.
Yeah.
But that's it.
How much?
11 to 15,000.
Man, that's a lot of them.
Yeah. But out of north of 300 million, this is doing pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's not a lot. I think it's silly. I think it really is silly. And then how he got away. He got away with it.
Oh,
and
wait, no.
Oh.
So he goes over it with the cops, blah, blah, blah. The cops are obligated to believe it at first. They are. Yeah. You know, because it's a crime reported, so it has to be a victim. You know, so you report it as that he's a victim. So what happens is, after going through the crime, I guess a lot of detectives piped up, like, you know, like what I said. This sounds like horse shit.
Yeah.
So, throughout the investigation, they discovered those two Nigerian brothers. And I hate how they call them fucking Nigerian brothers. Their family's from Nigeria.
They're two black dudes.
Yeah. They're born and raised from fucking Chicago.
Yeah.
They don't...
Oh, really?
They don't talk like, you know... Like,
oh, yeah. See, they made it seem like they were fresh off the boat.
They're not like, do you know their way? They're none of that shit.
Yeah.
They're not, you know, fobs.
Yeah.
They're regular-ass dudes, but, you know, because they're so buff and so black. Everybody just wants to call them, like, oh, the Nigerians. Like, so everybody imagines these are the fucking same princes in my email fucking trying to scam me.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Yeah.
They're regular-ass dudes with some fucking, you know, nutrition programs and workout. They're personal trainers. But they're close friends with him that work on the show, and they've trained him in the past. But then they discover the check that he signed over for him for $3,500. He puts on there for a music video, whatever. But then later on, like, this is one big giant part that no one really talks about.
Okay.
The Osendaro brothers talked about they charged anywhere from $30 to $40 per workout session.
Mm.
So even if he was, and I think his thing was for like 6 weeks, and like so, like I guess the cops went over fucking like how much he had paid them previously, and it was definitely a bonus. And there was also promises of $500. So then what they did is they went back to Jussie. And they were like, hey, we want your phone records.
Ooh.
And he said no. And a lot of people joined him like, oh, I wouldn't want the cops looking at my phone records either. You know, he's famous. He's got other famous people's phone numbers.
What you hiding?
That's what everybody said. Like, if you're
what you hiding, bro?
Well, that's what everybody else said, because if you've been victimized by white supremacists like this so badly, like, I would imagine, like, the biggest thing in your world is catch these two fucking psychopaths that are running around attacking gay black dudes because MAGA country, motherfucker. You know, like especially in Chicago. But so then what they did is they were already onto him at that point.
Yeah.
So then when he did turn in his fucking phone records reluctantly, they didn't even look at him. What they did is they already subpoenaed his real phone records. They took the ones he gave them and they just crossed them together and saw which one, cross-reference, thank you, I'm retarded, and fucking, they just saw the ones he took out.
Oh.
And so they saw the ones he deleted. The ones he happened to delete were the Osendaro brothers. The Nigerians, as they call them.
I'll keep you my dirty little secret.
It's a dark little secret. Those brothers are dark. They sweat oil.
So how do you... Okay, all that evidence.
Oh, there's so much more, I guess. Like
all that evidence.
It's all sealed, though.
All that evidence, and yet he walks away.
Oh, so that's the other part. So what happens is, basically he's fucked. Yeah. He gets charged with it. Everybody, like, they find way more evidence, I guess. I mean, they have the footage of those, the Osendaro brothers buying the ski masks and the fucking laundry robe.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
The bleach that they put in a hot sauce bottle. All kinds of shit. Oh, yeah, they threw bleach on them. That was part part of his story as well, because why the fuck not? Let's put a hat on a hat. And yeah, sit there with the fucking Tabasco bottle, just hold still, get it in the
MAGA country, motherfucker.
Yeah, get it in that boy's eyes. Like trying to act like rednecks. But so where was I?
This racist act is brought to you by Hot Ones.
Yeah. So afterwards, they charge him. He looks like he's fucked. He's proclaiming he's innocent. It's clear that he's not. Then the news starts backtracking on him. Oh, my favorite part is he did that interview on Good Morning America, I think it was.
Okay.
Oh, that was the best part. She's like, they just softballed every question at him like he was a victim. And they asked him, like, why do you think this happened to you? And the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my fucking life is that asshole. Like, he like bites his lip. And he's like, I go really hard at 45. Like, he says it so fucking creepily. And it really just grossed me out. And, like, I was already on to it. Like, it sounded like bullshit from the beginning. But anyway, you know, like, it may have happened. I mean, I don't know. But it sounds like horse shit.
Yeah.
But then once I saw that, it's because I come really hard at 45. Like, I've never even fucking heard of you.
What does that mean?
45 is what a lot of liberals call President Trump because they don't want to say his name. He's the 45th president.
The Great White Hope. The Great White Hope.
Jesse Peters.
Yeah, Donald Trump's the Great White Hope. He's the Great White Hope.
Is he?
Yeah, that's what I'm calling. That's what everybody got to call him.
No, but this is a dismissive.
But so he likes to go hard.
He says he goes. I go so hard at 45. Like he says it like that. And he's biting his lip. It almost looks like he's coming.
And still, everybody's on his side.
Oh no, this is that's the best part is so while he's talking on that talk show, he does that talk show in the morning. The morning that gets released later on in the day is when they charged him for lying.
And then,
so the prosecutor Kim Fox, apparently she was contacted by Michelle Obama's previous press secretary. I forget her name, but her last name is Chen. She contacts Kim Fox saying like, oh, like, you know, we want to be on top of this. In fact, you should probably send it to the FBI to be investigated, whatever. And then so Kim Fox, the prosecutor for Chicago, and her are talking back and forth. And it looks like Kim Fox is doing everything she can to help their problem, as it looks like. And it looks bad. Police catch on to that and say, hey, what the fuck you doing? You're fucking up this shit. And then so she says she recuses herself. Turns out she didn't. When a prosecutor recuses herself, she's supposed to take the case and put it out of her office because that way she has no control over it.
Yeah.
Normally they send it to another county's district attorney, or I've even heard of some people sending it out of state depending on the charges, if it's particularly federal charges, because it doesn't matter what state it's in. But that's not what she did. She just gave it to another clerk in her fucking office. So she clearly had still a hand in the case. So during that time, some other shit blows over in the news because how fast our fucking news cycles are. And then all of a sudden we hear out of nowhere, he just has to pay the $10,000 bond. Man, that's pretty much it.
Horse shit.
Doesn't have to admit guilt, blah, blah, blah. So then, I swear to God, if he had came out of that fucking meeting and not done that weird fucking I've been telling the truth the whole time thing, people would just fucking probably let it go. But he didn't. That fucking idiot went out there and was like, I've been telling the truth the whole time, blah, blah, blah. And then that's when everybody got fucking pissed off. Because, like, it's clear that they cut a deal.
Yeah.
It's clear.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it had to do with, because at the same time, Michael Avenatti, that fucking, that lawyer that represented Stormy Daniels during Trump shit, he got busted for crazy shit, trying to extort Nike. And it turns out his co-conspirator happens to be Jussie Smollett's lawyer. So he got indicted as well.
Oh, dope.
So Jussie Smollett had an emergency hearing with Kim Fox, the prosecutor, and that's where this deal came from. Shocker. But,
jeez.
So now, what's going on is fucking, they're trying to fucking the Chicago Police Department and the mayor have come out up against this fucking thing. Every prosecutor in Illinois, their fucking own organization for all the prosecutors has come out against Kim Fox saying, this shit is not normal.
Yeah.
This is fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then the national fucking prosecutor association, whatever the fuck they're called, they came out against it as well. So now there's investigations of how Kim Fox handled this and yada, yada, yada. And you know what the best part is? If Jussie Smollett had just walked around Liam Neeson's neighborhood a few decades ago, he would have got his dream come true.
Yeah.
You're not familiar with what happened with Liam. Oh, so good. So juicy.
Yeah.
So Liam Neeson,
yes.
everybody's favorite. Apparently, years ago, he had a friend who was raped in Ireland, I believe it was. And she told him that the person who raped her was black. So, being a young, virile man full of piss and vinegar, he got some idea of revenge and said, I'm so happy I'm the first person to explain this to you.
Okay, yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Apparently, he did an interview, I think for Rolling Stone or some other publication, where he admitted to some previous feelings. He's like, where he said, I used to roam the street. I was roaming the streets for about a week looking for any black bastard to accost him.
Yeah.
So he could be justified in killing them.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was, oh yeah.
No, this sounds like Taken, like the prequels to Taken.
What?
Yeah.
Why would that sound like a prequel to Taken?
Because he's taking them out. He's taking out the trash.
I don't know who you are,
But I'm going to take out the trash.
What?
but if I find out you're black, I will find you, and I will kill you.
I can smell your cocoa butter.
What the fuck?
I've got a scent for you.
Judging by your mannerisms, I can tell you were raised by your grandmother.
Your father wasn't around, was he?
Oh, Jesus. Now we're really just getting mean.
Oh. But no, this is interesting. So when was this? What era?
Oh, a while ago. I think in his early 20s.
Oh, wow.
I could be totally wrong, though. But, so he admitted to, like, this crazy fucking thing he was doing.
Yeah.
Where he was roaming the streets. He wasn't just going to pick out some random innocent black guy and just attack him.
Did he accomplish?
No, he never did anything.
Well, he wouldn't admit it if he did. At least I wouldn't.
That's a really good and dark point, but I hope he didn't. But what's it called? So what he ended up doing was he was just roaming the streets, apparently hoping that a black gentleman would get into a confrontation with him.
He's like 6'5", 6'4", 6'5". He's a fairly
sure
tall
how
dude.
Tall he is, but
Rob Roy, he's pretty tall.
Rob Roy.
Yeah, it was a character that he played.
Yeah, what?
I don't know.
Isn't that a soda?
No, it was like the Patriot before the Patriot. It was like a 3 VHS back in the day. Rob Roy.
3 VHS?
3
you
VHS.
mean 2 VHS?
No, it was a 3-fer. There's 3 VHSs
you know what?
all together.
You know what? Fuck Liam Neeson. If anybody puts out a fucking 3 VHS movie,
there was no time.
Apparently there was
no time.
There was so much time that you put fucking 3 VCR fucking tapes on it.
It was high quality. Anyways, but no, that's an interesting story.
Oh, like, and then a lot of people were blowing up about it, cause, like, saying like how racist he was. I'm like,
why?
I'm like,
why?
It's not like he held any prejudice towards black people. Like his friend was raped by a black guy, and for some reason he wanted to exact revenge. And instead of like a smart thing to do is like try to figure out who did this.
Yeah.
He was just like, any black guy who crosses me.
Well, yeah. I mean, but okay. So he says this. This happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
And yet people are mad right now.
Yeah.
Because it happened. So why? Why? Is there just
Well,
nothing?
I will give him this. I'm going to give him this. Looking around for
Yeah.
some black dude to be rude to you so you can kill them.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking rough, Mike.
Well, but people grow.
I don't care if you're
People
fucking
grow.
If I found out any dude was looking for anybody to be rude to them and so he could kill him, I'd be like, I mean, yeah, it was a long time ago and you didn't do anything, which good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
but that's fucking rough. And particularly to single out like a race. I understand your friend was raped, but like it has a lot of really negative shit attached to it.
It's an old school way of thinking. So if it was an Asian fellow that perhaps raped her and he was hunting the streets looking for someone eating white rice. Like, but I'm saying, like, if it was an Asian guy,
okay,
would it be that upsetting? No,
yeah,
no,
I would be still upset. He's looking because he's not like hunting people. What? Sorry, I spit on you.
No, you're fine.
Okay, good.
I looked it
fucking
up.
dirty slut.
I looked it up.
But like, my problem is that like
there's a rapist Jackie Chan out there.
I'm not saying he should lose his movies. I'm not saying he should lose his career. What I am saying though is a dude who's roaming the streets looking for anybody to be rude to him just so he can kill him.
He's a person.
That's not an appropriate response to your friend being raped.
Yeah, he's a person. It's a part of society. And what people need to do is just knock it off.
Quick question.
Yes.
Isn't it weird
Okay.
that there's only so you can't be racist today, which is fine. Whatever.
There's no such thing as racism.
Don't Jesse Peterson me right now. But what I'm
There's no
saying
such thing
is
as racism, homophobism, Debbie Dietism.
lesbians. That's still my favorite thing you ever said.
Yeah.
But so isn't it weird that you could say the only thing that's socially appropriate to be racist towards is white people, but the only thing to be systematically actually racist against is Asian people.
Systematically?
Oh yeah, like that like because you can't discriminate on people on a paperwork or fucking entry level or any kind of actual thing unless they're Asian, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Harvard University has a cap on Asian people.
Oh, yeah, they can't.
That's fucking
away,
ridiculous.
right?
They allow as many white people, black people, Latin people, fucking Native American. It doesn't matter as long as they could pass the test and get in. But if you're Asian, and these even these college counselors or whatever the fuck those dudes are called, they'll tell you if they're Asian, like you should really write something else down on your fucking paperwork, or you need to get fucking crazy good scores.
Because they got too much, right? Too many.
They feel like they have too many Asians, and it's like totally fucking legal for some reason. That is bullshit. I don't care how many fucking Asians are in Harvard.
Yeah.
You need the best people in there.
Yeah.
Okay?
And if the best people are Asians.
Who the fuck is going to develop our new shit?
But that's the problem. All this equality fucking horse shit.
It's a sham.
It's horse shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to cry because my high school coach didn't let me play center in basketball. I'm not going to cry about it. I am 5'0".
See, I'm 6'11" because people who are listening can't see me.
But I'm saying like that would be like back in the day when I was in high school. I thought it would be funny because I had a lot of girls that were friends that played softball. That if I were to play on the girls' softball team, and at that time it was blasphemy, and I was like, oh no, I'll identify as a girl. I don't know if I use those terms exactly, but I said I would dress like them, and I'm just gonna play the same sport as them. Girls could play in the boys' hardball league. They could wrestle with the boys. They could play soccer and football. We had a couple girls that were integrated into the boys' sports, but yet no boys could go into the girls' sports. And
Which I'm okay with.
And I said, there's a hole in all of this because you can't let one go into the other and not go into the other.
Yes, you can.
No.
Yes, you can. I'll tell you why.
No.
Yeah, fuck you.
No,
real quick.
No.
I have a really good point. And
Okay.
it's called fuck you. Okay, because it's a biological fact. I'm sure a lot of fucking more feminists are going to ban me over this. But dudes typically are stronger and way more athletic than females.
Not all, but most.
I will say this. Okay, fine. You want to play that game? Let's do this. Take the strongest, fucking toughest broad out there right now.
Yeah.
She could beat the shit out of probably a lot, if not
Cyborg.
most dudes.
Cyborg.
Okay,
Chris
she could
Cyborg.
probably beat the shit out of a lot, if not most dudes.
Yeah.
You take the strongest, fucking baddest dude right now,
And
he
he'd
could beat
pummel
the
her.
shit out of every single woman that's ever lived.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah. So they shouldn't be allowed to play in the sport.
This is the difference. though.
Unless you let guys
it's a
go
difference
into
of
theirs.
consent is the way I see it. If you were previously a woman and you take testosterone to be a man
No.
and you want to compete with the dudes,
No.
the only level of consent is on you
No.
because you're stepping up. Whereas if it's a dude that's transitioning
okay.
to a woman,
All right.
the consent is on everybody else because you're stepping down.
I agree.
Physically.
I agree.
Not
because-
intelligently and all this shit.
Yeah.
Like, so shut up before anybody else tries to get mad at me about this shit.
But no, last summer playing men's softball league. It's a Friday night league over here in Brentwood.
That's a really cute way to say I'm gay, but cool.
Anywho, I got to get my reps in. His name's Charlie. So
sucks in.
this girl, she's playing third base for the men's league. She's doing great. She rips a single in her first at bat, scores 2 runs.
Cool.
Goes out there to play defense, snags a ball, left hand glove side, dives out for it, off her knees, throws a beautiful throw to first base.
I know
gets
some
a
of
guy
these
out.
words. Okay.
Yeah. So she's doing amazing, and I'm in love. I'm looking. I'm like, wow, this chick's amazing, right?
Okay.
The man that is running the opposing team that does not have the girl on his team runs to whoever is in charge and says, "Man, there's a girl that's playing on the other team, and she shouldn't be playing."
What?
Yeah.
On a dude's team?
Yeah. So I mean, earlier,
Well, that dude's... Is it a dude who said that?
it was a dude from the other team
That said that.
that said that because
That guy's a fag.
yeah. So he runs over there. He tells the guy in charge. The guy in charge comes over and tells the girl.
And I don't mean fag like homosexual. I mean fag like when you ask your buddy to come out.
Faggot!
I mean fag like when you ask your buddy to come out back in the day on your bikes and he's like, I can't. I gotta help my mom fold laundry. I gotta vacuum. You're a faggot, bro.
Yeah. Anyways, so he tells on her. She gets kicked out of the game, and I thought it
That's
was
bullshit.
so. Back to what I was saying earlier. If girls, like you said, could step up and they could play in the dude sports, that's fine. That's
only
fine.
on them.
That's fine and dandy.
Totally fine.
But for people to be outraged if I said I wanted to step down and play girls softball,
I would be fucking outraged. I'd beat your ass.
But
that's cheating. That is fucking cheating. Don't even fucking. That's fucking
I wanted to
cheating.
boost my stats.
Yeah, do you?
I want to hit a one-hop screamer to the first baseman and take your
It
teeth
is,
out.
ma'am. Okay. Fuck you. Okay.
It would just be fun.
I'm not entertaining this horse shit. Okay. Because was it Fallon Fox fights for the UFC? Fallon Fox was a man for 33 fucking years. Had 2 kids.
Is this still happening right now?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Or he's not fighting for the UFC, I don't think, but he's still MMA. Or she is.
Is it
Sorry.
Is it Bellator? I don't know. I'm not really into
Bella
that.
Wiener for sure.
Wait.
But so this fucking asshole is trans, decides that she wants to be a woman, and then all of a sudden wants to fight in the women's division.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
You had 33 years and through puberty and through God knows what fucking performance enhancing shit you were using over the years to develop your male skeletal system and your male muscular system. Yeah. And now you want to fight women? That is a dickless dude beating the shit out of broads in the ring. Mm-hmm. Fuck you. I'm not allowing that shit.
That's what I think Cyborg is. I mean, I don't know.
Cyborg is a woman. No, she actually is. It's just she was on fucking steroids forever, so the UFC would never let them fight. Or let.
When she talks, she sounds like this.
Like, it doesn't sound
I didn't
normal.
say she wasn't retarded. I'm just saying
that's a man, baby.
It's got a clit.
That is a man.
Well,
yeah, that is a man.
My stance on transgenders is if you were born a man and you feel that you're a woman or you believe you're a woman and you want to live your life as a woman, totally fine. And vice versa, if you're a woman and believe you're a man, totally fine.
Yeah.
I will use your fucking pronouns or whatever fucking made up names you use. No. Doesn't matter. That really like whatever makes you happy, it doesn't affect me. Like there's no reason I should
don't
really
have to use your pronouns.
I guess you don't have to, but I will out of politeness just because I don't give a shit, you know. But for all those people that say they're gender fluid or non-binary, there's a really quick remedy to that.
Okay.
Fuck your mother. I'm not listening to that garbage.
No, they need help.
My pronouns are they, them. Like I think
they need help. That'd be like if I walked up to you and said, "Call me Phoenix Dragon from now on. Call me Phoenix Dragon," and tell everybody that I meet, my name is Phoenix Dragon now. No one in their right mind is going to call me Phoenix Dragon.
Ugh.
Not even my grandma will call me Phoenix Dragon.
Don't say bad things about that lovely woman. Okay.
Grandma is very lovely. Anyways, but that's what it is. I want you to call me Zer. I want you to call me ma'am. Like, you are a man.
It is ma'am.
You are a man. You were born with a dick, so you're a man. That's it.
Biologically, yes, but if you socially want to identify as a woman, I have no problem with that, as long as you fucking try, for Christ's sake. But, like, for instance, the bathroom thing. Like, when they were saying, like, transgender in the bathroom, blah, blah, blah. Nobody actually had a problem with real transgender, and I do mean real transgender people.
There's no real.
Like using whatever bathroom they feel comfortable with. Because if you were born a man and you transition, you do the hormones, you want to use the women's bathroom, nobody gives a shit. The problem is we were worried about predatory dudes fucking taking advantage of that because the only bar of fucking, the only bar they had to jump over in order to be considered fucking transgender was just to say they are.
Putting on a skirt.
No, not even that.
Oh, not even that.
Not even that. They just had to say, "Oh, I am transgender." Like, fuck you. No, you're not.
And I think
you better be making a fucking effort. Sorry.
We've lost our morals. And
What?
We've lost our morals because it just a man is a man and a woman is a woman and yes is yes and no is no. So if you want to go into the restroom that says restroom that is usually meant for disabled people, it's usually the larger restroom that's meant for everybody.
That's the only one I shit in, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody shits in that one. That's
a fucking.
When I get my own house, it's going to be that big.
I take my shirt off in there.
Toilet, but 6x6 bathroom. just a toilet just sitting in the middle.
Can I help?
So, but when I walk into a place, Kinder's one that pops into my head that says all gender.
Oh yeah, the all gender bathrooms that most people have.
Why?
Oh, that,
Just
you know
call
what?
it a
no,
restroom.
No, because especially in the UK, they figured out once they started doing the transgender thing, and a lot of those predatory dudes were coming in.
Yeah.
This is one thing most people don't want to talk about. The UK had the locker rooms and all that stuff. They were worried about sexual assault, and they started happening because of predatory dudes taking advantage of this just I'm a woman system, you know. So then they did all gender. The problem is that's making it fucking worse because now nobody even has to say anything.
Yeah.
I think we should stick with men and women, restroom, bathrooms, locker rooms, whatever. But if you are clearly a fucking dude walking into the women's room, or you're clearly... Actually, you know what? That's the only thing I'm really worried about. A woman walking in the men's room, I don't really give a shit. They do it all the time when the line's too long, and they have to pee, you know. No one gives a shit.
You're walking in the lion's
Once
den.
again, you're the only one that needs to consent. However, a dude walking into the women's room, everybody else has to consent.
Yeah,
so,
that's a problem.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not for it. I understand it's unfair.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
But, I mean, what is the term bisexual? Bi means what? Two. Two. There's only two. That's it.
That's, you know what?
That is it.
I've had it up to here with your fucking bigotry. Okay, there are 72 genders, if not 7 billion, because there's 7 billion people here, and everybody has their own gender.
Elemental P.
I'm sorry, we're here to stay, and fuck you, Mike.
No, please stop. Stop making it okay. I don't want to see. Some dude wearing hoop earrings and too much mascara and feathered hair standing on top of a stage telling you that I'm living through this life.
Did you see that fucking Desmond kid?
I don't know.
So, okay. This is fucked, and I really want to... If you haven't heard of this, I'm so happy to tell you about this. I want to hear your fucking opinion on this, because I don't know, because I'm so anti-feminist, and I got my own fucking problems, that I don't know if I'm wrong about this.
Okay.
But, so there's this kid online. He's called Desmond is Amazing. It's on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's an 11-year-old kid who's gay or trans or something like that.
Is that the kid that was naked with the
no,
tranny?
No, that was a different kid. But
Still wrong.
Still wrong.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking wrong.
If the tranny was the older gentleman, so there was a young boy that was in a photo shoot with an older gentleman
naked.
That claims to be transgender. If that transgender was a troop leader for the Boy Scouts, would that be okay?
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, it just does. Like, you have a naked man and a little boy.
Have you never gotten your fucking lady dick sucking badge?
Oh god. Anyway, so back to
But so Desmond, is I think he's transgender, she, whatever the fuck it wants to be called. But so the latest footage to come out about Desmond was he was dancing. It's an 11-year-old.
Okay.
He was dancing at a gay strip club or gay club at 2 a.m, stripping, and gay dudes are throwing money at this 11-year-old.
Terrific.
And everybody was just like, "Oh, it's fine. He's just showing off his bra." I'm like, that's fucking stripping.
Yeah.
And he was getting down to basically his underwear, and everybody's like, "It's not stripping. He didn't show any privates." I'm like, I've been to a lot of strip clubs against my will, by the way. I fucking hate strip clubs. Fucking army dudes just drag you there all the time because that's where all the pussy's at. I'm like, you're end up paying $300 and you're gonna go home and jerk off. Good for you, bud.
Waste of money.
Absolutely. So, like, I've been to strip clubs where they're not allowed to show you everything. In fact, some of them don't even let them show their nipples, which sucks because that dude had a great chest, and I wanted to see him. But like, so that came out.
So this 11-year-old kid, is stripping naked
at 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m.
at a gay club, we'll call it,
that Kevin Spacey's running, and and that's
did you molest that child? I'm sorry, I'm gay.
I'm
like
gay.
That is not a good fucking excuse.
That's exactly
asshole.
what he did.
That is bullshit. Like, you know what? I'm glad a lot of gay people got mad at him for that.
Oh, that's just such a cop out.
Absolutely. And how is that a cop out in general? Like, I don't understand that. Like, did you try to molest a child? Like, I'm gay, and everybody's gonna be like, oh.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not Kevin Spacey. It's the rest of the world or the media, how they portray it.
Yeah.
When they say, Oh, you know what? That makes sense. He's confused. He likes penises.
He's a silly boy.
Yeah, like, how is that okay?
No.
How is that? How?
Then again, he never actually molested the kid, I guess. Like, he just... I heard the actual story, and actually it's way more nuanced and fucked up than it actually, like, came out originally. It sounded like he just straight up attacked, like, some kid, but that's not how it... Unless I'm thinking of something else, but I don't think I am.
No, that's ignorant. No. Come here, blanket.
Yeah.
Like Michael Jackson?
Did you think I molested boys?
Why don't you climb up into my wishing tree? Like,
I know. I wasn't molesting them. I was just pinching the penis with my molar teeth.
oh, that's ignorant. I just...
Ignorant.
and then everybody watching that thing, they watch, like, one episode, they're just like, yup, 100%, he did it.
I guess I haven't looked into it yet, but there's some giant discrepancy in that fucking documentary I have to look into.
Well, yeah, the whole thing, I don't care. That there's just so much more that's going on that affects us, right? Meow.
Meow.
Versus Juicy Smollett versus the Great White Hope and him building building a wall to keep them out, because the wall going up.
Speaking of which, this is fucking Jesse. But speaking of which, did you hear Trump, what he said today? Mm-mm. All right, so on the day of this recording, Trump came out and said, like, we're going to take all the illegal immigrants and we're going to dump them into sanctuary cities because they love them so much and we're going to give them exactly what they want. And I was like, holy fucking shit, are you serious? And, like, apparently he looked back into this in February to fuck sanctuary cities, and, like, they're telling him, like, there's a lot of legal hurdles.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's like, so I'm planning on dumping all these illegal immigrants into San Francisco, maybe China.
I think he's already been doing it. Dude, I know you don't go around Home Depot.
For anybody listening to this, we live right outside of San Francisco, and it is fucked. If you were ever thinking about visiting San Francisco, do not.
Don't come over here.
Yeah, don't.
So as the crow flies, we're about 45 minutes away from San Francisco.
Yes.
With the abundance of population that is happening here, it now takes... 'cause I just did it today. I dropped off my brother's girlfriend and mother over at SFO, and it took over 2 hours, two and a half hours to get home.
Yeah.
And I dropped them off before 12, turn around, and I came back, and it took me over 2.5 hours to come back. Why? Too many people. Too many humans. There's too many people. We need Thanos to come over here, snap his fingers, and make half of them go away. Mostly the undesirables. But
undesirables. You know what? And on that note, we're gonna fucking end this.
All right, sounds good.
Bye, motherfuckers.